This is Where You Live with Gene and Tony. We're broadcasting from the Concierge Landscape Studios, and we're brought to you by Extreme Exteriors. Let's hear from the Community Associations Institute. The CAI Minute is brought to you by Start to Finish Maintenance Contractors. Start to Finish provides 24-hour service for all of your home and business maintenance needs. Call Start to Finish at 952-259-1219 for your home, for your business, for your peace of mind.
Are you a volunteer in your homeowner association? Maybe a residential property manager wanting to increase your industry knowledge and obtain professional credentials in property management. Are you a vendor or professional offering services to homeowners and associations or property managers? If you said yes to any one of those questions, then join the Community Association Institute. The CAI is a great organization, helping you be informed and more proficient in your homeowner association board member or property manager role. It's also a great way to network with potential clients. For nearly 40 years, CAI has provided education and resources to volunteer homeowners who govern community associations and the professionals who support them. Visit CAI-MN.com to learn more. That's CAI-MN.com. The Minnesota chapter of CAI holds monthly managers' luncheons, board member education training, property manager certification training, and much more. It also produces a bi-monthly informative magazine called Minnesota Community Living. Why not join the Community Association Institute today? You can do so online at CAI-MN.com and select membership.
Well, I tell you what, we want to just let our listeners know one more time that there is that free membership into CAI. We're going to give you some information here, but we'll wait just a second. Grab that pencil, grab that pen to make sure that you take down our hotline number. Because if you call this number and are the first one to do so, you will have a 1-year free membership into CAI, a great organization. The resources that are available at your fingertips if you are living in a homeowners association. If you're on the board of your association, folks, you want to get this information. You want to be able to mingle and network with some of the best, and you'll do so. So give us a call at New Concepts. Our hotline number, 952-224-2668. Be the first person to leave your name, number, address, email address, and we'll make sure that you get that free subscription in CAI. Well, let's talk in this last segment here about this story. Boynton Beach, Florida. Man, have you ever had anything like this happen before, Tony?
Not to this degree. I've had it happen personally.
Really, where there was a bill that was forgotten about? Tell me about it.
Well, the meters in the city of Minneapolis, there was something going wrong, and it was not just, or maybe it was the billing mechanism in their computer database went haywire and was not charging enough to people in the city of Minneapolis. This was probably 5 or 7 years ago. And while mine came out not too bad, some people were getting bills for tens of thousands of dollars once they corrected the problem.
For
the
water
meter, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yes, it was the water meter situation.
It was in Minneapolis.
Yes.
About how long ago?
I'm thinking 5 to 7 years ago. And it was their software. I think maybe they were switching from old to new, and something didn't get translated right, but it was undercharging.
You know,
residents.
The same thing happened because there's an association we manage in Minneapolis proper, and about that same time, same thing happened. There was an undercharge of, well, it was more than that. They have an irrigation system that's on a separate meter than everything else. And because an association comes online at different times.
Different parts of the property at different times.
Yeah, so it went without notice it ended up being, I want to say 2 years.
Okay.
And so
some meter wasn't being read?
Yes, and so the homeowner association here in Minneapolis had this thing happen. The city comes back to them and says, we haven't been charging you enough for water for the last 2 years. And so here was a water bill equal to a whole year's worth of water service.
Wow.
And that wasn't a very Merry
exactly
Christmas.
what the story. That's exactly what happened in the story.
That's what happened here, Boynton Beach, Florida. But it was to the tune of $450,000. What happened here? The association said, well, we're sorry, you made the mistake, but they basically said, we're just not going to pay it.
We can't pay it. They said, we understand the rates have gone up. We'll pay higher rates, but we can't pay the past due balance for stuff you didn't charge us for.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. And the city said, oh yes, you are. It must be paid. And now they're at loggerheads.
What happened with your property, Gene, in Minneapolis? Do you remember how they resolved it?
Well, I can tell you that I know that the first response of the city was not what I would call agreeable or amenable. I mean, instead of saying, I'm sorry, we made a mistake, they said, look, you better pay this. Yeah. There's all kinds of, and then they had all kinds of fees,
consequences,
and late fees and other charges and interest. And then they were making noise. And, I don't think it was a good position to stand up and say, well, forget you, I'm not paying this.
Sure.
And the association didn't, and I didn't recommend that.
Right.
We did go back to them finally, though, and we finally got a hold of someone a little bit higher up, and we said, hey, look, there's a mistake here. Mm-hmm. We need some time.
I assume you wanted to pay what you owe.
Yeah, we want to pay what it's owed.
Yeah.
And so we will do that, but we will pay over time. And guess what? There's not going to be late fees.
Yeah.
There's not going to be interest charged.
Yeah.
And cooler heads prevailed, and that's what took place.
Yeah.
My hope is that would happen here, because you can't just for the association board to just say to the city, sorry, too bad, so sad, you can't get it from us. That's not going to happen.
That's not a reasonable response.
No.
Nor is it reasonable for the city to come back and say, too bad, you owe this now, or we're going to start charging you 10% interest and late fees. Cooler heads must prevail, as you said, and work out some kind of plan. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think that is what needs to happen here. I hope that will take place here for this association in Boynton Beach, Florida. The bottom line, we never can always get everything that we want in life. We can't get any guarantees, but when there's a mistake, we need to understand and that as long as human beings are involved in this entire process that we're involved with, mistakes are going to be made, and we need to be understanding.
That's right.
So we hope folks will be as well. Well, we're also understanding that we're out of time, but we really appreciate that you've spent the last 2 hours of your Sunday with us. We hope you have a great rest of the week here, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday right here on Where You Live with Gene and Tony.
Christmas. If only in my dream.